I am over 100 miles away from home. We attended a family wedding last night. It was absolutely amazing. I wore the dress. I wore the dress. It was so great. And we decided we're going to do some thrifting while we're out here. And I have a list of 5 thrift stores, and they're in a few different areas just to see what's out there. You never know what you're going to find out there. Kind of venture out from my usual thrifting route. So I'm excited. So I'm going to take y'all along with me. I don't have any expectations. I may end up getting absolutely nothing. We'll see what happens. I'm going to take you along for the ride. Let's head on out. Hi, I'm Janine. Thrifting and shopping secondhand has been a part of my life for the last 15 years, and I've been able to curate the wardrobe of my dreams over the years, as well as decorate my home by shopping at thrift stores, garage sales, consignment shops, the Goodwill outlet, and Facebook Marketplace. If you like secondhand outfit inspiration, upcycling, thrift flips, and home decor ideas, just keep watching to see Jane Thrift. I am here at the Blessing Box, which is our first stop. Let's see what we can find. They have their jewelry up here at the front. So I just have to stop and check out everything here. Love these beads, so colorful. Lots of necklaces to check out. Wasn't sure what to expect when I came in here, but looks like they have some reasonable pricing. So let's go ahead and dig in. This store is surprisingly big. There's like multiple rooms, and I've made it to like the third room, and I see that there's even another one. So far I haven't found anything, but looking forward to keep on digging through here. I'm gonna look at the pants here next. Oh, I see some. Oh, this is like a new clothes, new with tags area. So see some Torrid, and take a look through here. They have a women's designer jeans section. So I'm excited to check this out. Gap, 7, Code Blue. These are all too small for me. Hollister, Lucky Brand, American Eagle, 7 Row Mankind. Let's head on down to the larger sizes. Can, more Judy Blue. I did find a pair of Reformation jeans here in their designer section. A little bit too small for me, but pretty good deal at $12. Really cute. Love the belt detail. This is a really cute American Eagle top. It has like a blue, very pale blue and white stripe. I really love the ruffle detail here at the bottom. It has a tie, and it is $3.50. This actually feels like linen. Let's see. No, cotton, linen. Okay, so it's a mix. Really cute. All right, we are leaving the Blessing Box thrift store empty-handed. They had a lot of New Tags boutique styles in there. Really cute, but just not what I'm looking for. Was really hoping to find like some cool vintage Western pieces, but wasn't the case in this one. So we're ready to head to the next store. We are now at Two Flips Super Thrift. Let's see what we can find in here. That is really cute. Oh, it's like ceramic. I thought it was actually woven. Very interesting. I see something over here in the home section. It is this woven vase. Reminds me of something that I already have, but this one is a little bit larger and a little darker. I love the tones on this, and I love the size of it as well. Let's see, how much is this? $14.99. Not bad, not good either, but there is something about this red chippy piece that I absolutely love. It is $74.99. Really cute. This would look so cute in a kitchen. Really cute mid-century piece. Needs a little bit of work, but really cute. I love these little pulls here. And then look at this adorable wicker piece. I know it's been painted and has some distressed kind of paint all over, but that's what I love. Only $32.99. I could see this as like a little vanity with a mirror over top. So cute. Okay, I finally found the clothing section. Not huge, but it looks like this is men's. Wonder if they have a women's section. So far, okay, I think this is women's. All clothes $3 each. I'm not really seeing anything in here that's catching my eye. I'm gonna go check out the other sections. Looking at the linens and found this bag of as is embroidered pieces for $4.99. I'm gonna take a look and see what's in here. All right, that does it for the Two Flips Super Thrift. I'll show you at the end everything that I got. And now we're headed on to the next one. I think this one is a Goodwill, so we'll see what the difference is between these kind of smaller independent ones versus the more corporate thrift stores. Let's head on out. All right, let's head on into Goodwill. Found this really cute American Eagle sweatshirt with the Bob Marley graphic on front. Really cute, but pricing $9.99. I don't know. That's a little bit more than what I would like to spend on a piece like this. So I'm going to pass on it. Found this gorgeous Ann Taylor. I think it's actually new with tags. Yeah, new with tags skirt. It's this knit in this gorgeous pink and blue and purple colorway. And this one is $4.49. So this one I just may consider. I found these loft pants. These are really cute. They're actually curvy. Didn't know that they made those, but I love the button detail on the side. Don't know if that is a functional pocket or not, but they're sewn shut. Wide leg. I love this brown tan color. And these are $4.49 as well. These are highly under consideration. All done in Goodwill. That was really nice. Very, very nice, clean store. All three of these stores up until now, it's been in a very small town in Texas. So now we're going to be heading out a little bit, driving a ways into a little bit of a larger town, and I'm going to see what the difference is. I think that the pricing here at this Goodwill was pretty consistent to where it is at home. There were a few pieces that were priced up, but and finding pretty much the same brands. A lot of Walmart and Old Navy and a lot of that kind of stuff. So just keep on looking for treasures. We'll see you at the next one. All right, we made it to our next destination. This Goodwill is huge from the outside, and this is like one of the more wealthy towns. So this will be very interesting to see how everything compares. Holy smokes. All right, let's grab a cart. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Whoa. All right, let's dive in. I was definitely feeling a little intimidated in this store. It was so big, had a lot of people in there, and I had a challenging time filming, but it was interesting to look through all of the pieces, all of the brands. There was not a whole lot of difference as far as finding designer pieces or even just higher end pieces. So I had also a really hard time finding sizes because although they had things organized by size, supposedly things were just mixed up. And I know that that happens when customers are sorting through things and they put things back not in the right area, but it just made it a little more challenging to shop. And not to mention, I was just overwhelmed in general. All right, well, I was in there for quite some time and I am walking out empty handed. I must admit, I'm a little bit disappointed. I really thought that this was going to be like the honey hole because it was so big and the town. So, on to the next.
Your destination is on the left.
I'm at my last location, which is Salvation Army. This is another larger town here. So, wish me luck. I'm hoping that I find some good pieces here. Always need to check out the jewelry. Nothing that's catching my eye. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to the clothing section. I see a skirt here. That is really pretty. I'm not seeing any tags in there. $5.99. See if I can find any tags. I could not find any tags on that skirt. It looked way too small for me, so having to pass on that. So I'm gonna check out these dresses here. Gorgeous ASOS eyelet, black eyelet dress. I love this fabric. I just know I wouldn't wear a black dress, so just had to show that off. This is cute. No tags, of course. It's this. Look at the top of that. That is so cute. I can tell it's cotton. Has a cute print on it. Looks really small. Unfortunately, well, that's too bad. I think I might be in the small section here. With that being the last store, I was really hoping it was going to come through and come out with some amazing pieces. Unfortunately, I am walking away empty-handed from this store, but in this trip, I did find a few things, and it's kind of proved what I already suspected was my hometown where I live. They have the best thrifting. So I can't wait to get back home. We're almost a little less than halfway home. So we need to pick up some lunch. And then I will show you at the end everything that I got. And I am going to style up the pieces that I did end up getting. It's not going to be a huge haul, but I am excited with the pieces that I got. We made it back home yesterday and it's the next day, and wanted to show you what I ended up getting. I got 3 items, not quite what I was hoping for, but it was kind of what I expected. I was actually kind of hoping that it would be totally phenomenal and I would find all of these great pieces to show you, but let me show you what I did find. All right, the first one, it's funny, they put it in a Hobby Lobby bag, was that really cute small town independent thrift store. I think it was like Two Flips Thrift, which is kind of a cute name. I got this bag of as is embroidery pieces. I definitely need to wash these, and they are definitely pieces for upcycling. I'm going to share my thoughts with you about that in a little bit, but they do have like just some staining, some holes, very typical for some vintage embroidery pieces. There's even one in here that has the line work on here, but is not embroidered. I don't think I'll use that for this particular project that I'm thinking of, but I will use that for another one. This one, let me see. Oh, this one was cute, I thought, and it had this little lady on it, and the other two here are the same with that floral and then the lace. So I'll share that in just a little bit what my plans are. And then the other 2 pieces are from the Goodwill, also from the small town. I got nothing in the big towns, and that's where I was expecting to actually find some pieces. But like again, thrifting, you just never know what you're going to find. So this is an Ann Taylor skirt. I showed you that. I think I'm going to be able to style this up really cute. This, again, I think I mentioned this in the store, but it is new with tags, but I am going to launder this before I wear it. Love, love, love the color on this. And then the other piece that I got were these loft pants. And I didn't realize this in the store, but these are also brand new with tags, probably all from the same person. There were definitely some other Ann Taylor and Ann Taylor Loft items in the store, but really cute brown pants. I already have some ideas for styling. Love the button detail. Let me share with you what my ideas are, or what my idea is for the embroidery pieces. A while back, I picked up these J. Crew pull-on pants. They're a really lightweight terry cloth, and I was thinking they would be really cute just to wear as a casual pant. But then when I got home, I discovered that on the back, there's this stain. There's this stain on the back of the leg. It's not huge, but I don't feel comfortable wearing it just as like this. So they just got demoted to lounge around the house. But I'm going to resurrect these pull-on pants by adding on patches. And most of them are going to be from the embroidery that I just picked up at the thrift store. I have some other pieces. I'm going to also include some lace that I have in my stash as well. And I'm going to walk you through. I have a couple of ideas of how I'm going to do it, but things always change once you get into a project. So I'll be walking through with this. And then at the end, I'll be styling up all three pieces so you can take a look and see how I'm wearing them. It is time to get to work on these patchwork pull-on pants. I have pulled together all of my embroidery pieces that I got on this trip, plus a whole bunch of other ones that I had in my upcycling stash, along with lace. Anything that was a white, an ecru, off-white, anything in that neutral range I pulled out here. I don't know if I'm going to be using all of them. I just want them all at my disposal. And I did create a little kind of inspiration of drawing of what I want to create. I'm not 100% sure of how I want to achieve this yet, but I want to start getting in there, seeing how things are put together with the pants, seeing what all kind of pieces I have here, how large, how big, do I want all the patches to be the same size? Do I want raw edges on them? Do I want them to be clean edges? I need to come up with all that, and I will be back kind of with a better idea of how I want to go about going forward. Okay, I have decided which way I want to go about doing this project. Typically, when I do patchwork pants or jeans, I cut open the side seam of both of the legs, and that way it gets me into the pants, and then I re-sew them shut when I'm done. I really did not want to do that with this project just because I really like the way that they fit right now. And if I do that, they would make them just a little bit too small for me. And I want them to be loose and flowy. So I've decided to leave them intact. And I am going to go ahead, and I've already sewn on two patches here. Up at the top, I have an embroidered piece and a lace piece. And I'm going to do raw edges around the patches and then do a zigzag stitch all the way around. On this lace piece, or the embroidered piece, I did put a lace border around a few of the sides, so I may do that occasionally throughout the piece, but I'm going to go ahead and fill up the front and go from there. So yesterday I finished the front of the pants and I am completely obsessed with them. I just have to do the back now. I do have to say that I'm glad that I didn't cut open the sides. The stretch in the terry cloth has definitely been a blessing and a curse. It's been a blessing as far as getting it in and out of the sewing machine, but I do have to be really careful when I'm sewing and not to stretch and pull the fabric when it actually comes to the sewing part, because then that will just messes up where I place everything. So I'm going to go ahead and pretty much do this, actually the same exact thing here on the back, and just get everything covered in this embroidery fabric and lace. And I cannot wait for this to be done so I can wear them. To me, when I'm creating pieces like this really, I don't even know if I call it sewing, because when you're doing upcycling like this, it's like an art form. You're just going off of your gut, you're going off of what you like. And there's no wrong, there's no right. There's just you and your piece that you're working on. And that's all that's important. It doesn't matter what you feel that other people are going to like. It doesn't matter what their choices would have been. All that matters is that you're creating for yourself at this moment. And that's what I love about projects like this. They're unconventional. They're things that nobody else is going to have. And who knows, maybe nobody else will like it, but I know I am going to love these pants, and that's all that matters. And I am very, very excited about this project. I decided on this back panel to use this floral needlepoint piece. I was thinking of doing it like the front, where I had, a panel here that was lace and then a panel here that was embroidery. And that's the beauty of this. I've just been moving organically through this project, and it's just that creative thought that just kind of takes over your body, and it's invigorating and it's exciting to know that you're just using your God-given talents for something to create. So very excited. I'm going to keep going. And now that I've shared all of that with y'all, I've got all of the pieces sewn on. I even put a doily pocket on one of the sides of the back. I'm going to see what this looks like after I wash and dry that. That is my next step, because I want all of these raw edges to fray up, and it's going to look so cute. Now, if this isn't your style as far as having the raw frayed edges, it is so good that you can do this another way. You can fold them under all the patches and just iron them all the way around, have them folded under, and then sew them on. You can even just create an entire patchwork fabric and then make your own pants out of a pants pattern, just out of the the patchwork fabric that you make. There are so many different possibilities. This can be done on a pair of linen pants, a pair of denim, a pair of cotton pants. I can definitely see all the different scenarios that you can customize and personalize this type of look to any certain person. So now I'm going to throw this in the washer and dryer, and they'll be all ready to wear, and I'll style them up for y'all. And here is look number one, which is this Ann Taylor skirt that I found on the trip. And when I first saw it, I envisioned kind of a southwestern style look. It was just something about the colors and the pattern and I love how this one came together. I really love this graphic t-shirt that I got at Goodwill here locally quite some time ago. I have this bag, this American Darling bag. I love how the pink is pulled in there from the skirt. This was a gift from my husband years ago. Just have some Anthropologie leather lace-up sandals here on my feet. And then for accessories, I have a blue bandana that I got at Goodwill. And then I have a very massive bracelet stack here. So these three are from a maker's market that I got. Actually, this turquoise leather one is also from a different maker's market locally. And then this big old chunky wood cuff here was made by my brother-in-law. He is a fantastic woodworker, and I happened to just be mentioning there was a wood cuff that was on some retailer site that even if I could afford it, it was just way too small to even fit over my hand and also fit my wrist. So he actually made this for me. I love it even more because it was handmade by him specifically for me. So I just love it. And I especially love it with this entire look. I think it just gives this really fun and funky Southwestern vibe. And I'm so glad that I was able to pick this up on my trip. Look number two are with these loft pants that I found, and they're not exactly what I had envisioned. First of all, the biggest feature that I love that I kept mentioning was the buttons, and I thought I was doing myself a favor by wearing this cropped top that it would show off the buttons, and this top totally covers all of them. It's because I'm short-waisted. So next time that I wear this, I will probably wear something tucked in, but I didn't want to come up with another outfit for this video because I really do like this look. The other thing is that these pants, I'm not sure what they're made of, but they're not quite as crisp as they were when they were brand new. Ran them through the wash, did a steam on them. They still have a little bit of a wrinkle, but to be perfectly honest with you, I don't mind a little bit of a wrinkle. I think that it shows a little bit of ruggedness and character, so I am perfectly fine with it. The other thing is that you'll notice this huge cuff. I actually put them on with the shoes and everything, walked out to the living room to look at myself in the full-length mirror, and I almost fell on my face. They were so incredibly long. So I actually like the cuff. I know some of y'all might not enjoy that, but I am thinking, at first I was thinking, oh, I need to hem them, but you know what? I think I may keep the cuff because I like it. So this look, it's a little bit of a rugged, nautical type of look, kind of artist feeling. I know that's a lot of looks kind of meshed in together, but I just have some slip-on sandals that I got at Goodwill. I have this adorable little basket bag where some thrift store. I don't remember where I got it. This is a See New York shirt that I got on Poshmark. Got this necklace, not sure of the brand, at Things from the Heart. This Gigi Pip hat I got at Salvation Army, and I really am enjoying this. So much fun. The third and final look is the upcycled pants that I made with the embroidery pieces that I picked up on my trip, and oh my goodness, I am in love with these pants. Oh, okay. Now that they're washed and dried, I love them even more with all the little frayed raw edges. Oh, it's just so delightful. They just feel they're so textural and just so luxurious feeling for being a very casual pant. I just love it. I paired them with a white eyelet top for their first wear. I'm going to be wearing them multiple times. Don't worry. I got this Anthropologie top on ThredUp, and I have this adorable vintage charm necklace that I found at an estate sale. Thought it went so well with this kind of vintagey feeling look. And then I have this vintage handbag that I picked up at a local consignment shop with some vintage brooches, which one of them is my mother's. So I love being able to incorporate that. And then on my feet, I have these Birkenstock shoes, or sandals rather, that I picked up at Goodwill. That was a lot of fun to be able to do some thrifting while traveling back from the wedding. And it was a very interesting experience going from a small town into the larger town and then back to my kind of mid-sized town here. I still really enjoy thrifting here where I live because I can find so many things. And I think too, I just feel at home and I'm comfortable and relaxed. And I just love the people here. So I had a great time. I'm so glad that I was able to pick up these pieces as kind of a memory of the occasion. It was such a wonderful wedding, and I'm so happy for them. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up. They're the same thing. I don't know why I said that, but I also would love to have you subscribe if you have not already and become a part of our thrifted and secondhand family here on CJ Thrift. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next one.